Greetings, my name is Neosekken, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. In the last episode, we began our second trial day, and our boat shopkeeper was our witness this time around, and he provided a testimony that pretty much got us a guilty verdict until Larry literally saved us at the last possible second by testifying himself about when he was searching for the Steel Samurai inflatable balloon on the lake. And what he revealed during his testimony was that there was two sets of gunshots that occurred on the night of the murder. One at 11:50 at night on Christmas Eve, and two gunshots that occurred at 12:15 after midnight. And it was the first set of gunshots that occurred at 11:50 was that when Robert Hammond was killed, not by Edgeworth, but by the boat shopkeeper, as Phoenix is claiming. And the boat shopkeeper drew Edgeworth out onto the lake around past midnight in order to try to frame him for his murder, for Robert Hammond's murder. And he did that by firing his gun twice while they were both out on the boat in order to create a witness who happened to be Lotta Hart. Once he did that, he vanished from the boat and left his gun behind for Edgeworth to pick up, thus setting the trap. And once I explained all this, well, our boatkeeper pretty much vanished before anybody realized he was gone. So now there's a manhunt in the works for him. And while that's going on, I am going to do some more investigating. And my first stop is going to, well, at least my first planned stop is going to be the boat shop. I'm going to see if I can try to get some more information out of him from his bird and his safe. So let's just go ahead and get this started. December 27th, 2:11 p.m., Wright & Co. Law Offices. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Right at the very end of the last episode, Edgeworth mentioned that he has some kind of issue with a recurring nightmare of a crime that he committed, a crime of murder, but he wasn't sure whether or not he wanted to give Phoenix the full details or not. And that's pretty much when the trial segment ended, right then and there, leaving us on one hell of a cliffhanger. So maybe we'll find that out during this episode too. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? Of a crime that I committed, a memory, a murder. Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he never takes someone's life. Never. Nick. Yo! How's everyone doing? Well, better now that we still have one last shot. What do you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in the aisles. Huh, Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh yes. I do remember feeling faint. Right on! Tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you can do better than that. Come on. I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy. You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah! Bow before your hero. How's the bellboy doing? Still doing your thing. So, why don't you take a look at my badge before I talk to you? Woohoo! I was hot out there! Hot! But someone's happy about how this case is going. Seems too happy to care about anything I show him. Then let's just talk. Larry, you really helped out in the trial today. You did! If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But AJ ain't off the hook yet. I just spoiled the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? No, you're a walking ass. It's in your name. But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. And you are a butt. What else is new? I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two? Edgeworth and... who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me. Right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. What? You can't believe in Maya? Not me. See, look what you did. You're making her cry. You owe her triple burgers. You owe her a triple burger night after this. But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick? Enough of the silent treatment. Seriously, man, just talk! You've been just evading answering shit that could explain your relationship with the Edgewort. Tell us! Now! Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? Yes, he was a wart. He still kind of is. And as far as I'm concerned, he will always be my Edgewort. And don't take that as romantic, I don't mean it that way at all. You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yes. In grade school. Ah, grade school. The place of happy and oftentimes traumatic and painful memories, depending on what kind of kid you were. They saved me. Miles. And Larry. They saved me, and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know. What? Hey, Larry. What's he talking about? Huh? Sorry. I kind of forgot. Okay, Nick. Out with it! I'm going to hear this story today, and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial. Class trial? Class trial, huh? You remember, Larry? Spring, end of the 3rd grade? A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope of money for lunch from home. Huh. I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside. Oh. Yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down for cold, so I skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. Well, except Larry, as you just said. So, they thought you did it? Yeah. The kids in class said I should be put on trial. And the adults listened, right? Trial? So the next day we held a classroom trial, with me as the defendant. I didn't do it. Guilty! He did it. Guilty, it was you! Thief! Give the money back. You're such a meanie. No one play with him. Just admit it. You can't hide the truth. Tell us the truth. We're not gonna play with you anymore. Yeah, no borrowing my eraser. Yeah, they're really letting him have it right now. Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad. I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. Objection! You shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. Miles. He even still has the same exact haircut, too. Just like the weenie. It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. Circumstantially, yes. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Why don't you all just shut up? Never mind, you were there that day. This is always how it is. Everybody's ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. I'm sorry, but are those just markings on your face? Or do you actually have facial hair at grade school? And you have the same haircut too. It's like the only things that changed on your head, the only thing that changed was everything from the neck down. Otherwise, you all look the same as in grade school. You all have baby faces. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends. Wow. I had no idea. Yeah. I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone. Without a friend in the world. Except Edgewort. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky I took the day off from school. Never mind, it was... Yeah, I don't... He was there for the trial, of course. He was just simply missing a day when the incident actually occurred. So, I didn't misremember. Or mishear him, or misheard him. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally, see? Someone smells, it's usually the buns. Oh wait, god damn it. Okay, let's try the actual thing this time instead of just a repeat of all that. After the trial. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remembered his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm going to become a defense attorney, just like my father. A famous defense attorney. And then a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The 06 incident. Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. It's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." Quite the headline. Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought, too. I tried to get in touch with him, I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it, though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he became, excuse me. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean... That's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? This could be a yaoi fanfiction fuel right here. The yaoi fanfiction fuel for some people here. And undoubtedly it has been. If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believed in him. Excuse me. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa. Nick. So, is that why you helped me out for free? Yes. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Aw, Nick. Nick! Nick! We have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. May very well be. Very well may be, excuse me. First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I'd sell for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. So, what are we getting rid of? Okay, let's go. Looks like lost testimony and a couple other stuff like that. At least I no longer have to worry about that stuff now. Would you look at my badge now? No. Detention center. You're still looking like yourself as usual. You look as grim as always. Mr. Edgeworth? I heard the story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 3rd grade? Lunch money. Oh. Oh, right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, probably only really married to me anyway, clearly. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. Oh, Edgeworth, you truly live up to your nickname. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple. To a fault, even. Well, maybe yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Look at my badge before we talk. Sorry. I'm not sure I can help you with that. Well, of course not. You're a prosecutor. So why prosecute? Hey, Edgeworth. Why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals. I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes. The man trapped in the elevator of my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter any way you look at it. Yet, he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day, 15 years ago, the three of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. It was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had been not of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. Well, I guess I can kind of understand your reasoning, but even so, it was still his job. So, tell us about Von Karma. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher, and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. So, he's like my sister was to you, Nick. He's a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life. He is obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved. And not one suspect was declared innocent. Ever. But that's... I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job, to find a suspect guilty, perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth? If what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right! Now's not the time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth! It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit. No kidding. Sorry. So, why are you showing me that? What are you showing me this picture for? No reason. You know, I was impressed by your deduction in the trial today. Granted, you were at the end of your rope, but still. Nick, he noticed. Ha ha. Can you help me with this bullet? This gun? This metal detector? This parrot? You know, why do I even still have this thing? I should give it... Wasn't I supposed to give it back to Gumshoe at some point? You know, like after I was done with my search from the last investigation? It was that case that changed my life. And tomorrow, on December 28th, its statute of limitations runs out. Tomorrow. Could that be a coincidence? Well, so far I'd say no. But even if the case is finally closed on paper, it will never be erased from my memory. Never. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. Nick, no! That's a photo of his father. Don't show him that. Right. Now probably isn't a good time to dredge up those memories. You think? But I did it anyway. Because of reasons. What is it? Nothing. Huh? How you doing, buddy? It's guard monitors visitors room. He hasn't moved an inch since I came in. Real pro. Okay. Still the same as always. Grossberg, are you here? Are you back yet from your vacation? He's out. Again. When does he work anyway? Now, don't be harsh. Guess we'll have to come back later. Undoubtedly. Are you still here stinking up the place, butthead? Get out! Looks like Detective Gumshoe hasn't gone back yet. Gumshoe? He won't be coming back today. Oh. Really? He said there was some guy he had to arrest by tomorrow. The boat shop caretaker. He shouted something about catching him if it's the last thing I do, pal. Good luck, Gumshoe. You can do it, Sweet Shoe. I believe in you. It must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. Please, think about what you're doing, Jolinda. Don't take my Tommy away from me. No! He must be doing image training for a nasty divorce argument. This poor guy sure does practice a lot of shit in his life, doesn't he? Right at that little desk of his. Most people are content to do it in front of mirrors. This must be the chief of the detectives here. He's glued to his computer screen. What? That's not possible. The world ended yesterday? How many times have how many times has the apocalypse supposedly happened in my lifetime? And the world and the sky didn't start raining fire and shit like that. Like what? 4 or 5 times? Yeah, each and every apocalypse sure is very mundane, I'll say. You must be reading predictions for the future on someone's homepage. Okay, let's go to Gord Blake. Hey, pal. Long time no see. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Close one today, eh? I got so worked up I snapped my tie in half. Sorry about that. No prob, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it. You mean the boat shop caretaker? Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now I'm off to catch me a criminal. You get him, Sweet Shoe. Dance on his face before you bring him in. Detective Gumshoe sure is active today. Oh, one other thing. Eek! No one can go into the woods today. The woods? Where Lotta was camping? The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one can go in for a while. I guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. That's what you get for parking in, well, for camping in the uncampable places, Lotta. Now you gotta answer to your crimes. Huh? The steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore? Looks like the hot dog stand is closed too. I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work. That's not good for his employment prospects, just saying. Okay, we're here at the boat rental shop. Let's start investigating. The old caretaker got away. Yep. I never imagined he might be the real murderer. Appearances can be deceiving, Maya. Ahem! I think I heard a whale. I know that clear into the throat anywhere. Hello. Aha, hello. What might you be doing here? Out for a walk, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. Are you ever gonna get that mustache of yours under control? I'm worried one of these days it's gonna go flying off your face and attacking somebody. Or worse yet, attach itself to somebody else's face. Like Maya here! Just imagine Maya with your mustache. Mr. Grossberg, this is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow. That is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Oh, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance. Well, undoubtedly you will, otherwise I wouldn't be able to go to your office in the first place. Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? Plot twist. He is the murderer. He missed it. The days of him missing his favorite painting put too much strain on him, and then just mere days before, he finally snapped, and he decided to use one of his employees, Robert Hammond, in a crazy complicated scheme to fuck with Edgeworth. Because Edgeworth was the first person that appeared in his mind when he decided to go look for victims. And yes, victims. As in, there's got to be more out there than just Edgeworth. Grossberg is a freaking serial criminal that must be stopped. Moving on. The boat rental shop. Doesn't look like anyone's around. The caretaker must have run for the hills, huh? Yeah, looks like it. He didn't seem like a bad person. Well, again, appearances can be deceiving. Polly's still here. Nobody's home. Hello. Hello. What? Hey, it's Polly. Wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. Hello. Hello. What? Can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for herself. Hello. Hello. What? When was the last time this parrot's been fed? Everything's cold. Looks like he didn't turn his heater on. I guess he hasn't been back here since the trial. Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick. You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. Police know about her anyway. I'm sure he'll do something. Well, okay. Sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you. Great, now the bird's going to hate me. You're used to being hated, though, so it's okay, Nick. It doesn't look like he used this kitchen much. You're right. I guess the whole pasta restaurant thing was a lie. What, you thought he was telling the truth? Say, Nick, don't people usually put pictures of fish up on the wall to boast about them? Yeah, I guess so. You mean pictures of the fish they caught, right? Right. But don't all the fish on the wall look really puny to you? Well, you know what they say. You should have seen the one that got away. Except the one that got away from us was the caretaker. And we did see him. I really feel like we're having two different conversations here. Because you kind of are. Ah! What? What's wrong? Huh? Oh. Never mind. What? Tell me. Just when I saw the TV, I remembered. They're showing a Pink Princess special this week. Don't ever change, Maya. Oh. See? That's why I didn't want to tell you. Okay, let's get a look at this safe. That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Polly, what's the number to the safe? 1228. What? Let's open it, Nick. Come on. I'm sure there isn't any money in there. Aww. So you did want his money? But hey, he keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in there. I'm not so sure. Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there. I guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter. A letter? Aw, boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Dun dun dun! Edgeworth! Nick! Why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here? How should I know? I'm going to read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says this is your last chance. Now's the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here, in perfect detail. Hold on to this, whatever you do. Don't lose it. What do you think it means, Nick? I don't know. It looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. So, someone else is behind this whole thing. The caretaker is just simply a pawn. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions. But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. You think? Letter from the safe. Get revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This note details the murder and setup. There's nothing left in the safe. I wonder why the caretaker didn't take the letter with him. He left in a hurry, right? I don't think he even came back here after the trial. And now we have it. So, hell yeah. Let's get the fuck out of here and... to Grossberg's office, maybe? One day left, Nick. Yeah, I know. Well, no time to waste. Let's get going. Well, okay, I guess I can talk to you briefly. What do you think we should do now, Maya? You would know best, Nick. Just do what you do. That should work. Okay. Any ideas? Well, had any good ideas? This is all tied to the DL6 incident. We better find out as much as we can about that murder before tomorrow. Something that happened back then has a hold on Edgeworth, and it won't let go. Yep. Look at my badge. Stop showing me stuff and let's get cracking. What we have today to get to the bottom of this. I know. Don't rush me. I am a perfectionist. Like Dracula. You still here, Edgeworth? Can I show this to you? Edgeworth. See this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives. I see. Quite the revealing letter, wouldn't you say? Revenge? On me? Who is that old guy anyway? I don't know. Could he be an innocent defendant you got declared guilty or something? Nice, Wright. But I don't remember that old man. Not at all. So, he was following this letter then. Which means there was someone else behind it. Now it's time to get your revenge on two men who ruined your life. Two men. You mean myself and Robert Hammond? Well, I don't know who else it could refer to. It also says this is your last chance. Last chance. Wait, maybe. Maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6 incident. Wait, that old man! What is it? Do you know who he is? Yogi. Could he be Yogi? That's pretty much the conclusion I came to originally. And well, I do remember vaguely hearing around the beginning of this chapter that, or was it chapter 2, that Yanni Yogi, if he was still around, he would be in his 50s or something now. Yogi, the suspect in the DL6 incident, the one who was found innocent. Okay, Yanni Yogi. Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long, it felt like forever. The air thinned, and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet! I said quiet! You're not making this any easier. I want to get out! Help! Get us out! Don't shout! You'll just use up more oxygen. That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed, staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court, and Yogi was found innocent. Huh. But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you? Right. Yeah? There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. You mean the nightmare? Maybe a murder. I think the time has come to tell all. Definitely. Let's find out what this nightmare is all about, shall we? For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat. Every time. What kind of dream? It's a dream about my father's killing. In the dark. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet! I said quiet! You're not making this any easier. I want to get out! Help! Get us out! Don't shout! You'll just use up more oxygen. I can't breathe. You're using up my air! What? Stop breathing my air! I'll stop you! Ah! What are you? Stop breathing my air! No. Father! He's attacking Father. Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol. Get away! Get away from my father! Ah! And with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. But that's just a dream, right? Right? That thought is the only thing that's kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father. What? If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. Wait, Edgeworth! You mean... It was me. I was a true criminal of DL6. I shot my father. This is bad. Yeah, you think? What are we going to do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. Well, number one, let's remember, he's not on trial for the DL6 incident. He's on trial for a crime that he looks to be all but set in the clear for. I don't think there is anything we can do. Like it or not. If there's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe. Well, there is Grossberg. There is, Nick. There is someone else who knows about DL6. Okay, I'll just leave you here to mope. I got some more investigating to do. Mr. Grossberg! Ah, hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled. No kidding! I can't believe you're not! My. Well, now he looks troubled. Just calm down and tell me what happened, It's Mr. Edgeworth. He... I see. So Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father. It's only a dream. Only a dream. I wonder... What? If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled? Well... Also, consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep, he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream. It was real, as you imagined. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired, and the deed was done. Talk about a sucky situation. No. I don't believe it. Yogi was suspected of murder, and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus, he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close. Well, don't forget, when we go over the case file, there is one other motivation that he has. His fiancée having committed suicide after the incident. I mean, you really think that the parrot's name being Polly is a coincidence? And this was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close. So, before we talk about this in detail, look at my badge. Quite sorry, I have nothing to say concerning that. What about any of this stuff? Or this? In any case, it's good that the one shooting isn't Miles. You bet it's good. I can't believe the fiendish planning that went into this murder. You almost fell right into his trap. Creep. No kidding. She was a beautiful woman. I'm truly sorry about what I did. Huh? Sorry about what? I think I'll stay out of this one. As you should. Well, you're not setting off the metal detector. This incident took place 15 years ago tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll see the completion of not one, but 2 trials. All thanks to the statute of limitations. However, I'm afraid the damage the L6 incident has done will never be erased. It will be eased, excuse me. Gregory Edgeworth. He was a gifted man. His death was truly a loss. I wonder what would have become of Von Karma were he alive. And why do you wonder that? Oh, so this is the letter. It does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond. But why kill Robert Hammond? Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own. Huh? His own sake? He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability. But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter? Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially, he was ruined. Huh? You'll understand soon enough. Wait, what is it? This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before. A long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this? Well, it wouldn't make sense for Yanni Yogi to write these instructions to himself. And obviously Miles couldn't have done it, so Manfred von Karma. Could be Manfred von Karma. Von Karma. Why would he have something to do with this? Well, I'm not sure. Von Karma. Von Karma. Wait! You're right, my boy! This is Von Karma's handwriting. I'm sure of it. The plot thickens! So, Von Karma is our mastermind. I used to see it all the time on court reports. What? But that means the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was... Correct. Manfred von Karma himself. What does this mean then? Why would Von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? That's a million-dollar question, isn't it? We'll get to that shortly. Let's talk about Gregory Edgeworth. What do you know about Edgeworth's father? He was a defense attorney without peer. It sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he may have had one peer, now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fey. My sister? Gregory Edgeworth was disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques. That's no surprise. Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result, he has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods. And he should be fucking disbarred. But alas, here he is, still a prosecutor. And he lost, and died in despair, as it were. Let's see. Okay, the spirit medium. When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Misty Fey. I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi. Yet Yogi was found innocent. That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud. That's right. Everyone thought she was, you see. Yet, now that I think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son? It's only a possibility, mind you. But a possibility nonetheless. Protect him from what, though, is the question. So let's talk about Dracula for a minute. If it truly was Von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. he would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll press the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty. Oh no. But we're talking about the trial for the present day on the damn lake. How could Von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare. That I do not know. Yet I do know that Von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son. Talk about petty. What do you mean? It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and Von Karma did win. But he didn't make it through the trial unscarred. Okay, tell us about that. What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma? Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused Von Karma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusations stood. Faulty evidence? It was the only penalty Von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Vacation? Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. Really? He doesn't take vacations? Clearly he's married to his job. Psycho. Like, go out to sea or to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe! You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya. No, she doesn't. In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot. Odd. If you wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? Good question. So basically, he wants to frame Edgeworth. He wants to frame Edgeworth for his own father's murder, or set him up to be declared guilty of his own father's murder, just out of sheer pettiness over his father dealing a blow to his perfect trial record. Again, talk about petty. What do we do, Nick? Von Karma is going to bring up DL6. You can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL6? I won't let him! Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know. I know that! You mean... Okay, do you mean murder as in the technicals? As in it's still technically murder? Or do you mean murder as in the eyes of the law, it's still murder, even if it's manslaughter? Because if it's the latter... Well, again, I think it just goes to show how scary this legal system, this game's legal system really is. Or at least one of the highlights of it. I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he'd kill someone. But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care! I know he's not guilty. Now you're just being irrational, man. Mr. Wright. If you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest. Mr. Grossberg. Thank you. I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim. Understand. Police materials. Well, let's go to the police materials then. Okay, here we are. There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy. Yogi. Ah, it's you. I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe is pounding the pavement for real. We were wondering if we could check out the records room again. Well, now, I can't have just anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma is in there now anyway. Oh, boy! We're gonna have Dracula for company! You can go in as long as he's there. Von Karma? Yes. He just arrived, actually. Von Karma's in the records room. Nick! Let's hurry! No need to tell me twice. Dusty as always. We were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they haven't had time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. On Karma. Really? Well, what's this? Why is this open? Also, didn't I ever look at these things? Here are files of collected case reports. There's quite a large volume of reports here. Wow. These are all case reports? Yeah. It's like a graveyard of police cases. I guess my sister's case report is in here too. Quietly gathering dust. Well, don't worry about it. I mean, we solved it. There are shelves stuffed with case files in the back of the room too. Forgotten cases. Rotting away for eternity. Nick, let's get what we need and get out of here. All this dust is getting to me. It looks like there are files inside of this glass case. The case is so dusty I can't see what's inside. Nick, it's locked. You must keep important case files in there. Huh? One of the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking in it recently. The label says unsolved cases. Evidence. Unsolved cases. Nick! The file for DL6. It's completely empty. Looks to me like Dracula is trying to cover his tracks. What? What are you doing in here? Well, speaking of Dracula, there he is. Eek! Von Karma! You! How do you know my name? Huh? Have we met? What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team. Defense team? I beg your pardon, you see. I rarely remember defense attorneys. Well, fuck you too, dipshit. They're like bugs to me. Needless things. To be crushed. You can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor. So, what do you think of my badge? Can you crush this under your foot? Fool. You think I, a prosecutor, would give you, a defense attorney, information? Bah! Creep. Of course you wouldn't. So, tell us about Edgewort, your protege. Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right? A romanticist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father. Always second-rate. Mr. Von Karma, you had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you? Me, a grudge against a mere defense attorney. Why? Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record. So you did. But what I don't get is, why'd you take his son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival? That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. Tomorrow's trial. Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt. His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean? You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow. You were right. So Von Karma is going to bring DL6 in court tomorrow. And of course, the only way I can proceed forward from this point onward is to repeat the same exact mistake I made in Chapter 2 and Chapter 3. You want to know what that mistake is? Showing my ace in the hole to the enemy. Specifically, the letter from the safe. The very letter that Von Karma himself has handwritten to Yanni Yogi to commit a murder that he, Sir Von Karma, planned. We gotta show this thing to this asshole in order to progress things forward. And when I figured this out, let me tell you my thoughts. I can remember my thoughts exactly when this first happened to me when I played this game back on the DS. And here's pretty much my count on this. God damn it, Phoenix. Are we really gonna do this again? Are we really going to do this for the third fucking time in a row, to where we show our most important evidence to the one person who has the most reason to try to cover up what they did? The most guilty party in the case that we're currently on. You're going to show this thing to this man right here and give him every reason in the world to try to physically subdue you, if not outright kill you or something like that. Something nasty to you. You would think that by this point, he would know better by now, but no. We're not doing this once. We're not doing this twice. We're doing this 3 times in a fucking row. The same exact thing. Just... You're a slow fucking learner, weenie. Squeenix. But I mean, hey, the plot demands this, so... This isn't me doing this of my own volition here, man. This is exactly what the game demands that I do, so I'm going to just get this shit over with and just take the bullet that's coming my way. The metaphorical bullet. Like a man. Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder. Yanni Yogi. How many years has it been since I heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it. So you admit it? You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter? Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You saved me from a lot of needless hassle. What? Nick, what is that thing? A stun gun. For self-defense. Usually. I fucking warned you. Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence. 600,000? Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it. Usually. Now, give me the letter. No! You know, you could just run. Whoa! What are you... Nick, run! Yeah! Maya! Out of my way! Yeah! Ugh. He got us. And our letter is gone. We gave away our most important trump card. Again. The letter's gone, of course. And he took the DL6 evidence. All of it. Back to having no clues. Wait. Maya jumped first. Maya, is she okay? Well, I think I have an idea what I'm going to call this episode now. something along the lines of, Neo gathers decisive evidence for the trial, but loses it because Phoenix is an idiot. I don't know if I'll be able to fit all that within the video title, but, well, that'll be future Neo's problem. Maya, is she okay? Maya! Maya, open your eyes! You did this, you moron. This all could have been avoided. Maya. The letter. Did he take it? Huh? Oh. Yeah. Are you okay? I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could. One shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now. We need her the most. Wish I hadn't woken up at all. Come on, Maya. Stop beating yourself up so damn much. We can still win this. Maya! There has to be some way I can help her. Better do something about her self-confidence first. Maya. She's holding something. What's that? A bullet? DL6 incident, evidence number 7. Taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember. Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. DL6 bullet, taken from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. Still bears clear ballistic markings. We should do some ballistic tests on this thing to see which gun it came from. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. To be continued. Honestly, if Phoenix wasn't an idiot, I could have just presented that freaking letter in court tomorrow, right within the very second that Von Karma brings up DL6, and fucking ruin him on the spot. And just be done with it, right then and there. But no, I gotta take him down the long and hard way. Like, I like you, Phoenix, but god damn are you stupid in this game. But hey, at least we have that bullet, so it'll probably be the one little bit of evidence that we need to somehow get our necks out of the oven again. Anyway, we can all worry about how the fuck I'm going to get Edgeworth declared innocent and prove Von Karma's ties to the current murder incident in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. If you did and you want to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I will see you all next time. Take care.